Said in Barbados, houses of parliament led the stepping stones to the Caribbean country becoming a republic and having its first local head of state. On this, teleSUR now talks with David Denny. David, welcome to teleSUR. How are you?
I'm fine and I'm happy to be here with you this afternoon.
Good afternoon. David, first of all, we would like to know your opinion about this unprecedented nomination and the election of the current governor of Barbados as the future first president of the Caribbean country. What do you think of it?
Well, we're very happy to know that the government of Barbados was able to achieve two-thirds majority in both houses so that the present Governor General, Sandra Mason, was elected in our parliament as the first president for Barbados. The president will now remove the Queen of Head of State of Barbados. So our movement, the Caribbean Movement, Peace and Immigration, is very happy that the government was able to achieve this objective. We see this as the beginning of Barbados becoming a republic, which would be a parliamentary republic because the president was elected by both houses of our parliament. And you know that that is just the beginning of a process for a people's democratic republic. So it's the beginning of our process, but our movement will continue to struggle for Barbados to develop the process for constitutional reforms so as to empower the people and for us to take the Republican process to a higher level where we will be able to have a people's democratic.
Why now? In the midst of a pandemic, Barbados decides to become an independent republic.
Well, this was on the drawing board for a very long time. In 1998, the people of Barbados voted for a republic. And there was a constitution commission that worked on helping to create the conditions for that in 1999. And now the new government, the Miamoli government, won the election with a majority that give them the legal and political authority to lead Barbados into a republic. And we were very happy that the opposition that is in parliament also supported the government position.
By the way, David, during his speech today, Prime Minister Miamotli said that all Barbadians should be very proud to have Ms. Sandra Mason as the nominee for the presidency, the first president as the nation becomes a republic. What qualities of the current Governor General or former Governor General, like sites like Wikipedia have just said, of this island should be highlighted?
Well, as I mentioned, we are doing it the Barbadian way. The removal of the Queen of Head of State of Barbados is a process that is very important for the Barbadian people. We have been celebrating our independence in 1966. So this is the time for us, and this is the time for the people of Barbados to remove the Queen of Head of State and for us to celebrate with a Barbadian person as the Head of State of Barbados. And I am very happy with the transition from the Governor General to President with the same person, because I think that in itself will create the conditions for a lot more unity among the Barbadian people, political organizations, and the social movements in Barbados.
David, how this might affect not only the geopolitics of the Caribbean, but also future relations between imperial states and their overseas dependencies?
Well, if you look at the history of republics in the Caribbean, you have Guyana Cooperative Republic, and you have the Republic of Trinidad, and you have the Commonwealth Republic in Dominica. They're the three English-speaking republics in the region that Barbados will be joining, and it never really changed, our relationships with Europe. It never changed our relationship with England. All three countries are still part of the Commonwealth, and I expect that Barbados will remain part of the Commonwealth. So I don't think it will create any difficulties in terms of dealing with those imperialist countries in the future. But what we as progressive forces in Barbados, as I mentioned earlier, what we need to do is to continue the struggle, because this is just a parliamentary republic that is taking place in Barbados, but we have to work towards the People's Democratic Republic. I think that is going to be, when the real struggle comes, is going to be for us to be able to transform our society and to empower the people of Barbados and to give them the type of hope and to create the type of direction for our nation state to become a truly People's Democratic Republic status.
And in Barbados, UK bilateral relations, David, does Barbados becoming a republic mean that the island will break off relations with the United Kingdom? What will the link between London and Bridgetown be like from that moment on?
Well, okay, it will be similar to what Trinidad and Dominica and Guyana have in relation to relationships with Britain. We're not going to see any major shift in terms of Barbados foreign policy as it relates to Barbados becoming a republic. I think the country will maintain that kind of foreign policy and direction relating to Britain and North America and other European states. But I think that what will happen is that our people will be able to say that we, are fully governing ourselves, and that we have a nation that is no longer tied to Her Majesty the Queen as our head of state. And if you look back at the past, we removed the statue from our national heroes square that represents slavery. So to me, there are changes that are taking place in Barbados for us to move our nation state forward. But at the same time, the Prime Minister made the same statement today that Barbados will remain friends of all and satellites of none. And I expect that to continue to happen with Barbados becoming a republic. I think we will also be able to demand, a higher level of respect from European nations and North American nations as a nation state, with a Barbadian as our head of state.
For this time, thank you.